Hi everyone. Hope you're doing well. As for me, I'm hanging in there. It's a nice, very, very fall day. The sky is gray and the wind is blowing. It's only like 44 degrees outside. I know to some people that's too cold, but for me, it's absolutely perfect. So I figured I'd come outside. Um, my apartment is actually too warm, and I'm just someone that likes it cool. So I figured I'd come outside and take a break and have a drink and come out here and talk to you. And what I was actually thinking about today, and I think it might rain, so I'm going to try to talk about it rather quick so I don't get caught in the rain, is actually recurring dreams. I find that very fascinating, and I would love to hear in the comments below if anyone else not suffers from recurring dreams, but if anyone else has had experiences with them. I've had recurring dreams for as long as I can remember. And I actually have a power to somewhat control my dreams. I can kind of control the narrative of the dreams. I could be thinking of something before I go to bed and actually dream about it. I used to have a recurring dream a long time ago when I was a kid about a gentleman that lived next door to me who was very strange. And I always felt like someone was always watching me. And I would have recurring dreams about this gentleman, and he was very frightening to me. And I had this dream going on and off for, about 25 years. And I had some conclusion to it. I finally confronted him, and he said he wouldn't watch me anymore. And just like that, my dream was over. And when I woke up, I remember feeling very odd because, again, for 25 years on and off, I'd had a dream about the same person. Never really remember any distinct details of his face, but I knew that he was the man that lived next door to me. I was always shooken up about the dreams because they felt so real. Have you ever had a dream like that where it was hard to determine what was real and what was a dream? But I just knew one day when I woke up that that was the end of the dream, that there was like a solution, resolution, a conclusion, and that the dream was over. Well, lately I've been dreaming on and off ever since my mother's passing, which will be about 10 years it will be 10 years from now in May. And I've been having recurring dreams about her. I was kind of happy at the first thought of having dreams about her because I missed her so much. But the strangest thing about my dreams about my mother is she was always very kind to me in life, but in my dreams, she's always very mean to me, cruel almost. And even though I heard her talking, I could never really hear her voice. There'd be all kinds of different scenarios of me reliving some things that have happened to me in my past or new situations, and my mother would be in the dream. I would always see her. She didn't look sick. She looked more youthful than she was when she passed, but she always seemed mean to me. Had like almost like a hatred towards me. And when I wake up, I would be so upset about it because I love her so much. I'd be so happy on one hand to have a dream about her and see her, but I couldn't figure out why on earth she was being so negative to me in my dreams. Well, I did a little bit of research on dreams, and I know that, even though dreams feel like they've been going on for hours, they're actually just a few minutes, I believe they said, of your actual sleep time. But I was wondering if anyone else had ever had any experiences with recurring dreams. The strange thing about my dreams that made me want to leave a video about it is sometimes I'll have a dream about something, and then the next day I'll have communication with the person I dreamt about, or a situation that was similar in the dream that I had will come to fruition the next day. It may not always happen to the same person, but it'll be so similar to the dream. It almost makes me wonder if I have some sort of psychic ability or if there's something more at play. Well, anyway, I had this recurring dream last night and that I've been having for quite some time. I'd say for the last 4 or 5 months. And when I woke up today, Mike was still asleep. No one was in the house but aside from him and I and my cat. And even though Jammer is very smart, he doesn't have the ability to do what actually took place in my living room. All of a sudden, as we were both in bed in our bedroom, and I always make sure I turn my television off before I go to bed, my television was on. And Mike remarked to me when he got up, "Hey, did you turn the TV on?" And I said, "No, I haven't even been out there." I said, "Did you?" And he said, "Well, maybe I got up, and I didn't realize that I turned it on." But he hadn't been feeling well, so I've been like watching him in his sleep lately. And I knew for a fact, because I had been up for about an hour and a half before he woke up, that he didn't get up at all. But yet my television was on. And that's not the first incident I've had in this house. I've had lights go on in rooms that no one was in. I've heard things. I've seen things from the out of the corner of my eyes. It's starting to make me wonder if there's some sort of experience that's going on in this house. I don't know the history of this apartment. I know a couple did live there before me, but no one passed away or anything that I knew of. The house is pretty old, but most houses in this area where I live are pretty old. I actually lived on this same street years ago when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. So about 30 years prior to me moving back over here. And I can remember seeing this place. I didn't know anyone that lived in it, so I never really gave it much of a thought. It was on the opposite side of my street. So I would see it all the time when I would walk to and from to school. But it was nothing like I really noticed anything. But I'm just curious of what's going on. And it's kind of scary, but it's also very exciting. Um, and I'm wondering if there's like a correlation between my recurring dreams and that. I don't know if my mother's just on my mind because she's always on my mind. Monday was her birthday. But like I said, I've been having recurring dreams of her on and off since I lost her almost 10 years ago. And it just got me thinking about recurring dreams. And I would love to hear in the comments below if anyone else has had any experiences with recurring dreams that they would like to share. And if they have any experiences in their house that are unexplainable or around them that's unexplainable. I think it's kind of neat to be talking about this time of the year with Halloween coming. It's just something you can really think about and, have, hi, um, you know, this gives you food for thought. So if you had an experience like that, leave that in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. I hope this video finds you well. And until I talk to you again, take care.